what is up, Crockxen clan members and others who stumbled upon this video? I'm SoresanCrockxen, and I have to record a little quietly today because it is really late. And the way I'm going to work this out is I'm going to record this tonight and then upload it on Thursday. So, you know, if you're probably seeing this on Thursday, that's what I'm trying to say. But you know, as the title said, we are doing anime time today, and I just finished the show, so it's like I want to do it now while it's fresh in my head, so and all that stuff. So it's called H2O Footprints in the Sand. Now, originally when I was looking through like random animes, and I was like, you know what, I want like a nice peaceful one, like just a calm series. And then I found this one, and I looked at it, and like the visuals look pretty nice. And then I looked at like a little bit of the plot, because that's what I usually like to do. I like to like not only like I like to see visuals of the series, and then a little bit like maybe like a little bit of the plot, so that I can like ease into it. I know that's not like the adventurous way, but I like to feel safe when I watch a show. Um, or at least the most, the safest possible. Um, so I looked this up, and it's like I was like, okay, so the story is about a boy who's blind, and because through friendship and love, he recovers his eyesight. And I'm like, well, man, dang it, let's do it. So I went into it, and I was really like, I was like when I start like before going into it. I mean, since I was watching a show that I liked really a lot, like a lot more, or like I was like really kind of hooked to it. Like it was kind of hard to really begin this one, but I did it. And I honestly I really liked it. And the reason is, um, I liked it because of the secondary main character. Um, Now, quick notice. The main characters you should notice is the main character Takuma Hirose, which is the blind guy. You have Hayami Kohinata, which is the girl he meets, and then you have her she pretends to be Hinata, like that's her pretend name, but her real name is Hotaru. And then probably Otoha, which is the spirit chick. Those are like the main characters you really need to focus on. They're like the other characters who like have a focus on the series, and they actually do help alternate what happens. Um, they're actually one character. Like there's one character. I'm not gonna say which one it is. You already like Takuma as a boy, but there's this one character who looks like a chick and sounds like a chick, acts like a chick, but is actually a guy. I'm not gonna say which one. If you watch the show, you're gonna find out. But so like it was like the thing was like when I read the plot, like when I read what type of story it would develop into, I was looking forward to it. I'm like, okay, so we're gonna have this blind guy who throughout the story is supposed to regain his eyesight. But they threw me a curveball because literally it was like I don't the end of the first episode, beginning of the second episode, the dude was already being able to like his eyesight was working fine. Um like he was going everywhere, like he could freaking see and explore freaking like literally one. The thing was like he had this condition. His mother was dead, right? So his father had him move to the countryside where his condition was supposed to get better. And then literally within a day of the dude being there, he begins to. Actually, thanks Ota. This is what I said. You need to focus on her too. She's technically a spirit chick. Or she's like she. The thing is, when I saw her, I was like, oh, okay, so you're just randomly like he's the only one that can see her too. Like every time anybody like shows up when he's around, when she's like talking to him, like she disappears. Nobody can see her besides him. The thing is, like, you actually, like, I figured it out afterwards, but she's actually Hinata's or Hotaru's older sister. Um, or like that's the way I kind of put the connection. They didn't really say that, and they never really brought that up, but I kind of had that feeling. So, anyways, back back to the story. So he gets his eyesight, and then the whole purpose is he's trying to get. How, how much? Hayami-chan, that's the way he calls her. She's basically hated by everybody in the village. She's actually she's considered the trash. And the reason is this is a very like high class village. They split up rich and the poor like extremely crazy. Um, and the problem is that her family was actually rich back in the day because they were doctors. But the problem is since they were doctors, they and the private medical group they decided the prices. And not only that, they went even further by not allowing patients if they couldn't afford the prices. Thus, a lot of people died, and this whole it was just terrible. So what happened was they actually like the village elders and all that stuff. They actually went and burned down their house and forced them to leave, leaving behind Hayami. Um, so now she's because she's part of the family, so she's obviously hated by everybody in the village. But he, talking about being the blind kid that doesn't know anybody and he's just a friendly guy. He wants to be friends with this chick. Like he wants to be friends with her. And the problem is that nobody else likes her, so it's kind of like this awkward situation where like he's um trying to get to know her, and because everybody else doesn't like her, they try to push him away. And no one is worse at this than look. There's only one character that I hate in the entire series. One character, right? And I'm pretty sure that if you guys watch this is the only character you're ever gonna hate. And I think it's because you're supposed to hate him. But it's Hotaru's grandfather. The thing is, he's the village elder. Like he's like the highest whatever authority. The dude is in this mindset. Like he's the one that made Hotaru change her name because technically Hinata died, and so they like made this whole fake story to say it was Hotaru that died, and then Hotaru had to take her sister's name and act the way her sister did, and basically become because she's supposed to be the one that's supposed to take over the position, and she was like Hinata was so much better than Hotaru in every aspect, so she had to basically adapt to this new life. The dude made it impossible. Like he did anything possible. He poor Hotaru. Like seriously, like she was forced. Like anytime that she felt uncomfortable with doing anything, he would just. It was like this weird mind control shenanigans that was going on. And it was frustrating. It was frustrating to see that because you could tell she didn't want to do it. The fact is, Hotaru was actually friends with Hayami before this incident. Like they were real close friends, and the fact that this whole shenanigans, she didn't like she had to hurt her friend without wanting to hurt her friend, and then like there was instances where she would like take Takuma away from Hayami-chan, or there was one time he went to go take her, like he knew what was going on, right? Like he could see it. So he actually attempted to drag her over to her house because she lives up in the mountains in like this weird old trailer thing that's like all run down and shit. Like he literally dragging Hotaru over there, and like it's like she's coming down, like Hayami's coming down, and then she does like, oh no, I don't want to, and then she freaking kisses him right in her face. Literally, and why? Because of stupid freaking grandfather. Because the dude is just terrible. Like honestly, you just want to freaking kill him. And like the series gets even crazier because after a while, like thanks to Takuma, he kind of how do I say this? He eases everybody else to kind of trust Hayami. And like the last one to do it is actually this chick named Yui whose parents died because of Hayami's parents. No, her grandfather died because of her. Her parents not wanting to take care of him because they weren't able to pay the prices or whatever. But even in the end, she trusted her. So literally, like they're all friends now. Everybody's all happy and dandy and like all close together. And Hotaru decided to drop her fake name and be called Hotaru freaking now. Like literally just on her grandfather. I mean, she didn't really slap him, but it was kind of, like technically that's what happened. A symbolical slap in the face. Um, but I mean, and like the worst part, like this show, I liked where it was going. I still hated the grandfather because he still put on this fake persona, trying to show that he's changed, but literally he's still trying to push um Takuma on his side so that he can because his parents are rich, they're high class family back in the mainland, or not the mainland, just the main city. They're very high up and all this stuff. Um, so like I was like fine with the series though. Like I was like going smooth in it. It was just amazing, and then completely changed. Like the it became this beautiful thing, and then the weirdest thing happened because finally, like Taguma basically confessed his love for Hayami, and they had this beautiful moment. They even kissed on the hillside. It was like this more magical moment, and they're finally they're basically together. Like she was actually living with him because they burned down her trailer park house. Like literally, they were just trying to make everything worse for her. So the fact that she had no home, and so she basically was staying over at his house and his uncle's house. Well, technically his uncle's house because it's not his house. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. It was a happy time. Everybody was happy. Everyone, and the grandfather comes in and messes it up again. Like I said, the dude with his fake persona trying to win over Takuma. And the thing is, because of what he does next, it ruins everything. Like I don't know what the heck was in his head. And honestly, like when it happened, I literally wanted to jump in the screen and punch him in the face. um, because Taguma actually became closer to Hayami. Like he actually told her what happened with his mom. His mom committed suicide. Like she killed herself. Or that was the story. And then like she he started saying how it was her Hayami's parents' fault because technically speaking, his mom was supposed to marry somebody from her family, and then like she didn't want to. Like it was an agreed marriage, one of those marriages that are put together. You know that nonsense from back in the day. But then she found his dad, and they fell in love, and they got married, and they had him. And then they were, talking about people, or not talking about the Hayami's family basically was like, no, you're supposed. It was his whole shenanigans, and apparently it was like struggle and all this stuff. And then that kind of drove her to commit suicide because she didn't want to deal with all the drama. And I was like, what? Really? You're gonna say this after this? Oh my gosh! Like I said, I really want to jump in the screen and punch the dude in the face because it ruined everything. There was now mistrust. He didn't trust. Like he started having nightmares. His vision was leaving him. Like he was losing his vision again, and then all this crazy stuff. I'm like, gosh dang it! And because of that one comment, it caused their union to shatter, and then she started being depressed, and she almost killed herself. Well, I mean, she tried to kill everybody. um, and then he came, and like he showed up, and this whole thing happened, and then like it looked like he was gonna kill her, and then he passes out, and she passes out, and everything's like going insane. Like she's really hurt, and then Takuma is like passed out, like and then it gets even crazier, and this is like the last two episodes were just freaking just crazy. Like it literally like made me lose my mind. Like after all of this that I had seen, you give me this nonsense because the way they put it off, like literally all this awesome stuff that happened, and then apparently it happened, but it didn't happen because what happened is that Takuma lost his vision, and apparently him losing his vision means that he never had it in the first place, and everybody thinks he's crazy. Like everybody's like all the things that happened in the story were true because they were all friends and they're all together and everybody's happy about it. But apparently, all his memories of him being able to see everything was not non-existent. Like apparently, even pictures he was in, he had his eyes closed. His handwriting was terrible. All the drawings he made were awful. Everything went wrong, or not wrong, but apparently everything that had to do with him being able to see, poof, vanished. And it's all because of that stupid old man. And the worst part about it is because of this whole situation, because he started saying all this stuff, and everybody thought he was going crazy. The stupid grandfather again, literally, I just wanted to stab the guy by this point. Comes in and says he talked to Takuma's dad, telling him everything that Hayami's doing and all this situation, and he's like, no, you gotta be basically trying to put a wall between these two, and he actually succeeds because then Hayami starts feeling bad about everything that's going on, and like literally he backslashes her. Like she's gonna say, "Fine, I'll leave," and he's like, "You have no right to talk to me. Like who do you think you are?" What kind of the dude was just psycho as hell. And then and then she actually ends up leaving. Like she's gonna skip the village. Like she's just straight up walking away. And then Hotaru, like seriously, like I was at this point, Hotaru, why don't you just stab your grandfather? Please, just do it. Like I felt bad for her the entire series because of her stupid grandfather. Like I mean, there was times where I was like, please, just tell him to fuck off. Just tell him to do that, and it'll be okay. Um, but like it was just so frustrating because she's about to leave. These two grown guys who work for the stupid grandfather coming with rifles on hand, saying they're gonna kill her because she said, "No, we don't know if you'll ever come back and destroy the village." What kind of shit is that? She's a little girl. She's probably like 12, 13, something like that. I don't even know what their ages are. And it just, and then they almost kill her, and then Takuma shows up and like starts calling her his mother. I'm like, what the heck just happened? He he he's really gone insane. Um, which actually thinks this all happened because Hotaru slapped him in the face because he started talking about how nothing he remembers is real and how all the memories are fake because he has no right to be happy and this and that. And yeah, it was like the weirdest thing ever. And Otaha was trying to rescue him because he was stuck in his psyche, and basically, like the whole point of it, he had to accept the death of his mother, and not chase her after. Because basically, like, apparently, like he was in a dream, like chasing after her, and that's what caused him to lose his sight again, meaning everything that had happened had never happened. I don't know. Don't. um, but then like, there's this whole thing where Takuma had to go with Hayami back to the city where Takuma used to live with his mom, to try to get him to chill out and lose everything or like regain his normalness, I guess. Like his crazy go away. Like, and then the problem is that his dad, didn't want anybody to know, so he wasn't gonna be involved. So basically, Hayami had to get a job and get, work everything by herself, taking care of him. And I guess that was nice moments too, where he would be talking about her and then like all this stuff. And then like I was like, then they do this thing where you just like the ending. I'm not gonna spoil that part. Like you just have to watch it if you really feel like it. But it just like I was mad, or it was more like I was confused. Then I was like, what the heck? And then I was mad. And then I was like, what? And I was like, yes, yes. It was, and then the ending was just beautiful. The ending was beautiful. I'm not gonna spoil the ending though. Like you if you watch it, you will know what the ending is. I don't think that. I mean, I spoiled pretty much everything else. So I think the ending is definitely the best part. So, or like the most important part of the series. So I think that if you really want to watch it, or if you really want to know it, just watch the show. I said the stupid grandfather. I'm glad that he was taken to prison. Hotaru did it. She freaking stood up to the guy. I honestly like that literally like I would have preferred if she had shown up and stabbed him in the face. But that's just me. Um, but yeah, this is a long, long, long review for a show that's barely like 12, 13 episodes long. I don't actually. I think it's like 12 or 13, something like that. It's a pretty short series, but it was really good though. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I don't know. Like I felt like I don't know what it was about this series that just I think it was. I'm honestly I gotta admit it was the ending. The ending is what sold me, and the connection that Takuma had with Hajime just sold me. It basically sold itself to me because of those two characters interact, and the fact that I was able to hate a character so much. I always need one of those. In a series, like if I don't hate at least one character, I feel like the series is incomplete. You know, because there's always supposed to be a character you just really hate because you're supposed to hate the character because of the way they made the character. But anyways, regardless of that, it was a really good show. The opening was, I mean, it was eh. I didn't I could listen to it and be okay with it. But I mostly like I think the ending part of the opening is the best part. I didn't really like the ending though. Then again, I usually don't like endings anyways because they're at the end. No, but it was a really good show though. Like I think you guys will enjoy it if you guys my rating I say like a 7 out of 10 because that stupid nonsense near the end where you're just like, what the freak? Like literally that part. I think that if that part had not existed, and like maybe the whole erasing the memories part, if that hadn't happened, this show would have been way better, in my opinion. My honest opinion, it would have been way better because I kind of made like everything that happened pointless. To be honest, if you're just gonna erase that part of the show, like why the heck even have that part of the show in the first place? I don't know. That's just my opinion. Thank you, thank you guys for watching. If you actually watched till the end of this, good job. Put a comment down below. Freaking I watched the whole video or something like that. I don't know. It's a very long video for a short series. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually almost done with another one, but I think it'll take me a while. Because like I said, I always watch more than one series at a time. So technically, the next time I watch it, I'll finish the first season, and what I'll do is I'll review the first season and start watching the second season right after that. So you guys get like 2 anime reviews slash anime times. Technically, that's what we call them. Um, well, it depends because this one's going up on Thursday, so maybe the other one's like, well, it depends on when I finish it. It might go up either Friday or Saturday. We'll see. We'll see. But anyways, guys, this has been SoresanCrockxen. Thank you guys for watching this anime time. Um, and yeah, if you've seen the series, let me know down below. If you haven't and you want to check it out, let me know down below. If you watched it after watching this review and you're like, hey, dude, this was like an amazing show or whatever, put that in the comments as well. I want to hear your thoughts. But yeah, so that's it for this anime time. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys probably tomorrow with some walkthrough episodes. So yeah, look forward to those. Later.